All right, everybody. So we're going to talk about rotations today, and hopefully you did the discovery and we have had a chance to talk about what we saw happening between the points and kind of creating these rules so we can predict the points without actually having to turn the figure on the coordinate plane. So a rotation is just a transformation that involves a figure turning about a point. And the center of rotation is a fixed point about where it's rotated. So you can really rotate a figure around itself, around a certain point. Our focus is going to be around the origin. So these are the general rules for counterclockwise. You're going to see the abbreviation CCW, clockwise, CW, and just again, as we saw in the discovery activity, right, we basically saw that we had these points that they flipped positions. So the X and Y. So for example, let's say I had the point 4, 3, and it was rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise. Well, what happened was we noticed that the X and the Y, they switched places, but then the new X became the opposite value. So that's what that means. That's kind of that shorthand way of saying that they flipped places. It's not mean like don't take the opposite of whatever this Y is. I mean, it does, but it's when it's in its new position. And we also saw that 90 degrees counterclockwise was the same as 270 clockwise. So my advice to you is to pick one. I tend to pick just the, if I only go my draw, highlight, I tend to just focus on the 90s. Like as long as I know these and I know that the 270 in the opposite direction is the same result. And then the other thing is that with 180, we noticed that they actually did not switch positions. All right. They actually just became opposites of what they originally were. So again, if it was 4, 3, and I said rotate at 180 degrees, didn't matter whether it was clockwise or counterclockwise, it ended up in the same place. So it would become -4, -3. And let's say I had -3, let's say -3, +5. Let's just do that. I don't want you to think that it means that we're always going to become, why is my eraser tool not working? There we go. All right, let's say -3. I think my computer's just having a moment. I'll give it a chance to catch up. Okay. 1 second. So -3, 5. Oops. There we go. If that was 180 degrees, again, clockwise or counterclockwise, doesn't matter. They become opposites. So instead of -3, it's +3. Instead of +5, it is now a -5. So that's what those rules mean. So let's just take a quick look. Now, this is not in your notes. This is just something to kind of help you understand and start thinking about some shortcuts. So counterclockwise means that we're going to go to the left, okay? And so one of my strategies now here, you don't have anything to turn on your paper, right? So you have to kind of do this mentally. And I think that that is actually more challenging to do. So what I'm going to show you is my little trick to help me out here. So I actually prefer to use the rule. So I would actually go ahead and I'm going to write, all right, A, and the coordinate is, it's a little funky. This is 1, 2, and this is 3. So this is 1, 3, and then B is 5, 1. All right, and so let's say I wanted to do a 90 degrees counterclockwise, right? So again, counterclockwise means turning to the left, okay? So something to think about, as long as you remember the rules about the 90s, right? Counterclockwise or even the 90s, 270s, they always flip places. So if they flip places, I know, and I probably should have done that in red first. All right, let's do this in green. I know that A prime, they're going to flip places. That's going to be 3 and 1. Now, here's where my trick comes in, okay? I know it's starting in quadrant 1. If I'm going 90 degrees counterclockwise, it means I'm going to end up in quadrant 2. Well, which value is negative in quadrant 2? The X value, right? So that means that this guy needs to be a negative. Another way to think about it, though, too, is like, oh, well, I can also just do it this way and be like, if I draw the arrow of the way that it turned, it went to the left. So notice it's pointing to the one that needs to be the opposite sign. So for example, B prime, they're going to switch places. So I'm going to switch them first. And then I turned it to the left. So that means this guy becomes the opposite of what he is. Okay. And so if I were to graph that, -5, 1, I kind of messed that up here. Hold on, let me get rid of this for a second. Boop, 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 boop. Let me put it underneath. There we go. So they switched places. And this guy, I don't think I actually switched places on that one. Sorry. So B, good thing I erased it. -1, 5 is right here. -1, and then, oh, I got to erase this guy too. -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like how this is lined up here. Okay. Yes, that's the one I want. All right. So there's B prime. And then -3, 1 is right here. Here's my A prime, and I would use a ruler. So it's not this wiggly line, but we can see that that's a 90-degree counterclockwise turn. So for me, it's not easy to just be like, oh, why, it's going to end up right here in this position. Okay, so let's see, let's do the same thing if we did 90 degrees clockwise. All right, so for the same one, right, we have the point A, and it's 1, 3. And then we have the point B, and it's 5, 1. All right, so let's apply the rule. Well, clockwise goes to the right. So I need to remember that 90s always switch. 90s and 270s always switch. So we're going to switch their places. So A prime, B prime, they're going to switch places. All right, and so again, it turns to the right. And so that means the number on the right becomes the opposite. So then I could graph it. So 3, -1 is A prime, and 1, -5 is B prime, and there is my 90 degrees clockwise rotation. 180, they don't switch, and all I would have to do is I just apply the rule and say, you know what, they don't switch, but they both become the opposite. So let's do that in pink. Okay, so 180 is going to be, so this is B, we'll do another B prime here. They're going to stay in the same, they're the same numbers, but both of them become the opposite. So -5, -1 is B prime, and A prime for a 180 is -1, -3. -1, 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't like how -1, -2. There we go. There it is. So there's my 180. Okay. All right. So again, the general idea and the shortcut that I have for you is really taking a look at those tips and tricks. That each rotation moves the point to a new quadrant. So every 90 degrees is a new quadrant. And again, sketch a coordinate plane and act out the movement. That can really help you with determining your signs. So left turn is counterclockwise, right turn is clockwise. And then just remembering that in the 90 and 270s, they switch. So as long as you remember the switching part and who switches, that's the part. Everything else you can kind of figure out by doing a little sketch. So for example, -3, 5 rotates 90 degrees counterclockwise. So what I'm going to do counterclockwise, I'm going to draw my arrow. Okay, that means that I have to turn to the left. Okay, I have to do this because I'm a visual. I cannot keep this straight. So because it's a 90, I know that they're going to flip. So my first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to flip them. All I did was flip them. I switched their places. And then remember, it turns to the left. So that means that my new X value is going to get a negative sign placed on. And that's it. That would be the new location of that point after it undergoes a 90 degrees counterclockwise rotation. All right, go ahead and pause the video and try these on your own using that idea of a coordinate plane. Oh, sorry, I did want to show you the other thing that you could do is that -3, 5. Again, you still have to remember that they switch. -3, 5 would be here. And if it's rotating 90 degrees counterclockwise, it would end up in this quadrant where both X and Y are negative. So notice they both ended up negative. So that's another way to kind of act out the movement. All right, pause the video and come back when you're ready to check how you did. All right, so check your points. Now, my bad on this, I did forget to mention one important fact about this trick. Okay, so this whole arrow trick thing, this only works when it's in this 90-degree form. Okay, right? Because it's one turn. If you were to go like, oh, it's clockwise, so that means that's to the right, this one becomes the opposite. This little arrow trick only works when it's in the 90-degree form. So you can see that I rewrote them in the 90s, so that way I knew which one became the opposite. So a way to around that would be to draw on your coordinate plane, be like, well, I started here. So if I go 270 clockwise, that's 1, 2, 3, I end up here. Again, as long as you know that they switch, and then that's going to tell you, oh, my X value is negative in that quadrant. So if you want to use the arrow trick, they do have to be in terms of 90 degrees. So that's just something to know. So take a look and see how you did. And feel free to pause. Okay? All right. So what we're going to go ahead and do on this, I'm really only going to show you this one example. And the reason for that is because it's pretty much the same all the way throughout these. So in this case here, we're going to go ahead and turn it 90 degrees counterclockwise. So again, counterclockwise means we go to the left. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to even turn my figure yet. I'm going to go ahead and write my primes in. And I'm going to apply the rule, right? If you don't have this feature of being able to actually manipulate and turn the figure, you're going to want to apply the rule. So a 90 degrees turn means, remember, that they flip, they switch places. Okay, and again, because it's 90 degrees, I can use my little arrow trick. Okay, or I can even look here, it's in quadrant 2, so it's going to turn counterclockwise, is going to go this way, so it's going to be down here. So everything's going to be negative. All right, 0, 5. Now this is something that was on an axis. So again, it's going to end up on another axis, but they switch places, 5, 0. And we're taking the opposite of the X in this case. Again, we're taking the opposite of the one on the left in that terms of 90 degrees. Now, if that had been the 0, we would just leave it as 0. There's no opposite of 0, right? They just switch places. So again, switch places. The one on the left becomes the opposite. Switch places, which here doesn't make a difference. And the one on the left becomes the opposite. So you're going to see me write it in as a plus, so that way I know that I did that right. So if I were to graph it, here's what it would look like. 90 degrees counterclockwise. And that should match up. Now, the only thing I don't have labeled is my different points, right? Oh, I'm kind of off here. I'm not really sure why. I must not have graphed my points very well. Oh, it's shifting it for me. N is 2. Let's see, we're supposed to be at here. So something, oh, it's because my figure is not wanting to line up. That's cool. That's a horrible demonstration. I was trying to show you that the turn and it would work that way. But you get the idea. -3, -2 is kind of roughly in there. -5, 0, -4, 3. But again, my image is kind of off on that. So, well, scratch that. Scratch that idea. There we go. Okay. So again, when you go to put this in, you would want to go ahead and apply the rule and then graph in your image. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and pause. And then when you're ready, come back and check all of your answers here. All right. I went ahead and drew in this. Anytime you need to, go ahead and pause. But I'm just going to scroll, because I only have 30 seconds left here to show you my answers. Here's example 2. Pause for example 3. 4 and 5. And 6 and 7.